Barakta Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakta Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled A Scarcity of Harvest. Matthew 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privily, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of your coming and of the end of the world? When we fast forward 2,000 years later, we are living in this time frame now. The end of the world is referring to Esau's rulership. And Yahweh's second return brings an end of his rulership. Verse 7, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And this is literally happening now. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Let's focus on famines. According to the Greek.
Strong's G 3042. Lemas. Lemas.
Which means a scarcity of harvest. Harvest means what? To pluck or gather what? Food. Famine. Strong's definitions. Through the ideal of destitution, a scarcity of food, dearth, famine, hunger. Source, outsider. Steak could soon become a rare luxury reserved for special occasions. Posted 2 days ago. Skyrocketing meat prices over the past few months may mean enjoying your favorite steak could be a champagne-like luxury reserved for special occasions. What movie do you think of? I think of the Book of Eli. Remember, there was a scene how Eli was telling the young lady how wasteful people used to be and how much better it was. And then within that same movie, you seen the lowest state of America, how people value a pocket-sized bottle of hair shampoo, how they value alcohol rubbing white pads. All right. We are in those times now. Steak could soon become a rare luxury reserved for special occasions. Why the high prices? Pandemic-related issues are to blame, with supply chain disruptions, staffing issues, and inflation. And all of this was designed by the nobility of Edom. All right, this pandemic was designed to wipe out the economy, to initiate the Great Reset. You have farmers stating they are being paid to destroy their crops. You have truck drivers, all right, that drive for oil companies, driving to deserted roads, getting out of the truck, turning on the valve, and releasing oil on the ground. See, when you control the food source, the water supply, and energy, people will be subject to you. And then you reinforce that with your military. Esau is manufacturing this, referring to the nobility of Edom. And guess what? This is all the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Romans 13 and 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So the powers that be at this time frame is referring to the nobility of Edom. And the Most High gave them that stead. Job. Forgot that precept. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked Esau. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where and who is he. So the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Esau received his blessing through Isaac. All right? And if you can receive this, Isaac was Yahushua. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And this whole movie script, right, was designed by Yahweh, and Yahushua carried it out. Let's go to RT.com. Empty shelves. Joe Trend dominates Twitter as ships back up at ports, and Biden administration blames Trump. And this article was published October 15, 2021. Americans appear to be growing increasingly weary of President Joe Biden's economic policies, pointing to empty shelves all over the country and snarled traffic at shipping hubs as proof of his administration's incompetence. Empty shelves, all right, is evident of what? A famine, no food, a scarcity of harvest. If the storehouses are empty, you can't gather anything. Second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, your grocery stores, the farmer market, the food storehouse, like it, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And this prophecy is being manifested, whether you see it or not. Hence, empty shelves Joe Trend dominates Twitter as ships back up at ports, and Biden administration blames Trump. Also, steak could soon become a rare luxury reserved for special occasions. And the significance for famines. Let's get I think it's in Ecclesiasticus. (39 and 29). Fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. Vengeance of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua. So the non-elect, okay, and these heathen nations are going to die from famine, the lack of food. This is judgment in the form of the plague we call famine. Lamentations 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. Why? Because if you are killed by the sword, such as a gun or a knife or an actual sword, it's a quick death. Then they that be slain with hunger, because if you're dying of hunger, that death is a slow process as your body eats within itself. For these pine away stricken through for one of the fruits of the field. And all of this, all right, is going into judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And he's using the nobility of Edom to carry it out. You know, so Esau tries to be slick, and he talks about pandemic related issues are to blame, with supply chain disruptions, staffing issues, and inflation. But a top meat processor said that steak could become a luxury item because of another issue, climate change. This is 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolish with the Most High. For it is written, He take the wise in their own craftiness. An example of the wisdom of this world. So the article is blaming it on chain disruptions, staffing issues, inflation, and now climate change. But we know through the Spirit, Daniel 4:17, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the man by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High rule in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the basis of men. Right? The Most High controls everything. Last precept, Isaiah 55 and verse 11. And it says, so shall my word be that go forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So ultimately, all this is the design of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and he's utilizing, all right, the nobility of Edom to carry out his objective. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.